This is the time of year when we start wondering just how hot it can get. So we start this week's Explore Tulsa with a couple offering a little relief and relaxation.
Then the new toy store in town.
Followed by a day at the spa.
Plus a little history lesson.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Very happy to be a part of your summer as you once again join us for this week's Explore Tulsa.
Hey Trish, could you work this knot out of my shoulder?
Are you serious? Right now? During the show?
Well, yeah, it's bugging me right now.
Oh, what you need to do is meet Sam and Lisa Bracken, owners of the eco-friendly resort Canebrake.
Can they get the knot out?
Yeah, and so much more. But first, let's learn about the couple who decided to bring the flair of Colorado resorts to Oklahoma.
I was a competitive downhill skier when I was a young man, a much younger man, and due to injuries and just not quite good enough to pursue that line of work, moved to Vail, Colorado. Right out of that, started my hospitality career. In the summertime in Vail back then, this was mid-'80s, late '80s, there wasn't that summer activity thing like Colorado has now, and so Vail literally would just kind of shut down. So I needed a job. A little place called Beaver Creek opened up. Next thing I knew, I was making salads and making some food, and really enjoyed it. And you know, it had never crossed my mind to go into that industry, and it led me to Denver when I met my wife, Lisa. And I met her. She was a waitress at a restaurant in Golden, Colorado, that I had been hired to be a sous chef at.
I had a policy against dating coworkers, and especially coworkers who might be in management or superior to me in my position. So he was persistent and actually won me through food.
But it was love at first sight for me. It took her a while to come around, but she saw the light.
And we went on one date, and I told him if this works, then somebody needs to get a different job. And so he came back the next morning into work and gave his 2 weeks notice. After 3 years of dating, we got married and purchased a restaurant of our own down in Lake City, Colorado in the San Juan Mountains.
And we ran it for a few years and had the opportunity to sell it. My family's had this property since '88, and it was time to do something with it. And I've kind of had this concept kicking around in my head since the early '90s.
I came to Oklahoma once before we moved here, and it was interesting because the whole time we dated and we had our business together, Sam would talk yearningly about doing something like this out at the family ranch. And having grown up in South Florida, my exposure to ranches was what I watched on Green Acres.
Oklahoma has a lot of great dude ranch, family-friendly, you know, kid-oriented things, but what we didn't have was a place for adults. And you know, it doesn't matter if it's a guy's trip or a girl's trip or a wedding venue or a business meeting or just some couples getting away. A place that adults can come and have a sophisticated experience, have a nice glass of wine and a nice meal, and go to a yoga class, get a massage, go to the spa, or do nothing, you know, and just kind of disappear. And that's what we wanted to do. We have at least two really good growing seasons. The food that comes out of the ground in Oklahoma in eastern Oklahoma for sure, it's killer, man. I mean, it's great. We have 2 gardens on the property, and we work with some amazing ranchers and farmers, and it's just a really cool thing to do this organic product. The food, the restaurant is just like everything else. We take extra time and pride and care in sourcing our ingredients. When I bring ingredients in to my chefs, you have a responsibility as a chef to cause it to be something that is delicious, of course, and something that you're proud to serve. And same with the bar, same kind of philosophy with our cocktails.
wow, well, I mean, it means the world, really. I mean, this was Sam's dream.
Sam has that place set up with some amazing food, and no matter where you are in the Canebrake, the view is spectacularly incredible.
And there's so much more to Canebrake. So later in the show, Lisa takes us around to find out what a full spa day feels like.
I can't wait to get the full treatment.
Oh, but first, I have another treat for you that I know you'll enjoy. There's a new toy store in town.
You know me so well, and not only is Ryan's new Tulsa Toy Depot full of great toys that are fun for the kids, it's right next door to the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory.
Ooh, how much more fun does it get? And it's all next when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
Ever since the first movie theaters opened in the early 1900s, man has been trying everything to bring that same experience home to enjoy with their families. And for more than 30 years, Video Revolution and their home entertainment experts have been making those dreams come true by designing custom home theater solutions for both in and outdoor use. From 1080p LEDs to the brand new Sony 4K flat panel TVs, or come in to see the latest in sound bars and surround sound setups. Always the top name brands are found at Video Revolution. That same electronic expertise we also apply to your business communications network, from boardroom automation to video wall presentations. No matter what technology the future holds, you can count on Video Revolution to be leading the way. Tulsa's headquarters for the best selection and installation of cutting-edge electronics. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hello, I'm John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
Hello, and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa.
Since the beginning of time, Trish, kids have had toys to play with. I believe that Adam and Eve were able to master the first ever Rubik's Cube.
Wait, you're kidding, right?
Well, before Eve found that apple, they had a lot of time on their hands.
Oh, brother. The right toy can not only be fun, but it can also be a great learning tool for kids.
And Ryan McAdams recently decided that the next best thing to have to a chocolate factory had to be a toy store.
We kind of thought, what would be more fun than having a chocolate shop? We're like having a chocolate shop and a toy store next, so that you can be a kid in a candy store and a kid in a toy store at the same time. We decided early on we wanted to do an independent toy store. What that allowed us to do was have the flexibility to really decide what companies, what toy makers we were going to carry in our store and what style we were going to go for. We went for something that was what a lot of people might call more traditional. What I would say is no computer screens, very, very few battery operated things, much more wood and much less plastic. We were looking at things that people had spent years researching and developing and really put thought into how it would help a child grow in their motor skills and their verbal and social skills and other different ways where they would really think they were playing with a toy, but they were actually developing. We wanted to, instead of just filling the whole store with shelving and product, we wanted to create some open spaces. So you're going to see a lot of open spaces in here with play tables, other tables that we'd literally just put there so the kids would have somewhere to sit and play. We love every day to have a toy or two out that we're teaching a different game or a toy to a child. We do a lot of gifting. That's one of the things we really enjoy the most about it, is somebody coming in and wanting to put a box of chocolates together for their anniversary or for their daughter's birthday or for you know, a friend that did something nice for them. And so it's just a great neighborhood chocolate shop. And I love being a chocolatier. I love doing that. I love the interaction we get from the neighborhood and the community as a whole. We draw from a large region because we're the only Rocky Mountain here, but it really makes it for everybody that comes in the store like their neighborhood chocolate shop. Yeah, the art was something early on, that traditional cartoons, when they still looked like cartoons or drawings. We think just the beauty of that and the beauty of opening up a book and seeing a traditional story like Winnie the Pooh can still be very powerful and more powerful than a tablet or an iPad in front of you. And so we wanted to make sure we visually did that, bringing an artist in for that. We wanted to create a large area for kids to sit and read and hold an actual book in their hands. One of the other kind of motivations and inspirations for the toy store was my dad opened Rocky Mountain with me and worked there with me for 3.5 years, and just the thought not having him here with us anymore after we lost him, the chance to do a toy store and the train theme as far as Tulsa Toy Depot and putting a giant foam train on the building and having a really large selection of quality trains and a play table for that was kind of his love for trains. Things like our doll selection, we wanted to bring in a lot of dolls because that was something that my grandmother loved, dolls, so there was a lot of things. There's certain companies we have in here where I would thought of my grandfather, and so there's different things where like they would appreciate the quality toys and the kind of toys we're bringing in. Toys that will last, toys that kids will play with, and toys that also make sure that parents interact with the children. Just fun to see it all kind of perfectly fitting together, that it really is two puzzle pieces that are fitting just right.
I love those toys. You could literally spend hours developing growing imaginations with the toys Ryan carries.
Yeah, they're also great for kids to play with too. To learn more about the toys available, story time, and more, visit TulsaToyDepot.com.
Playing on the floor has really made me stiff and needing a serious massage.
Ooh, then you're in luck, because it's time we head back to Canebrake to learn all about the various techniques available to reach complete relaxation at the spa.
I can hardly wait. And it's all coming up next when Explore Tulsa continues. Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got two great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our two locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I got to tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hi, I'm Jason Wright with Extreme Racing and Entertainment, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
If you've ever had a massage, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
That's right. We're heading back out to Canebrake to learn all about their amazing spa.
You know, I almost became a massage therapist, but I have a little problem taking my clothes off in front of people I don't know.
You do know that only the client removes their clothes and not the massage therapist.
Oh, now, see, that makes all the difference in the world.
And so does spending the day at a beautiful resort with great food, relaxing atmosphere, and a spa like no other in Oklahoma.
It's really been nice to see how people in the local area and in the state and in the region have really embraced this place as somewhere to come to really let go. Coming out here, as soon as you get to the front gate, you drive under that canopy of trees to the front gate, and it's just along that lane where you just go, wow. Well, the whole north end of the building is considered our spa and health and wellness department. So in the yoga barn, you have what was once a 4-trailer carport for ranching equipment that's been renovated into really a state-of-the-art yoga studio. And I understand I'm biased, but I had a lot of opportunity to research yoga studios around the country before we built this out, and it's really lovely. It has cork floors, which of course is a sustainable material. It comes from the bark of the cork tree. We put radiant heat underneath the floors, and we insulated the walls with a product called Ultra Touch, which is recycled blue jeans and t-shirts. We have a relaxation room where guests will sit and wait prior to their appointment. A lot of our guests, and couples in particular, do packages, like 4 or 5 treatments back to back with a little light lunch in the middle, and they'll rest in the relaxation room maybe between treatments if they need to get up off the table and walk around and kind of get vertical for a few minutes. And in addition to the relaxation room, we've put in 2 locker rooms, a men's locker room and a ladies' locker room, both of which have showers and an infrared dry sauna, which is really fantastic. We work with chromotherapy with that, so the sauna has multicolored lights to beam down on you, each of which produces a different effect on the body and the nervous system. And we also have a eucalyptus steam room in both of the locker rooms, which is so cleansing and detoxifying and opening. If you can imagine sitting in steam and just deeply breathing in the scent of natural eucalyptus, it's really, really lovely. So in addition to the ladies' locker room and the men's locker room, we've put in what we call the North Studio. And in the North Studio, we've put mirrors all along one wall and a bar, so we can host bar classes in there. Anything that you can wear shoes with, we'll host in there. But bar classes, dance classes, Zumba, aerobics, things like that we can do in the North Studio. And then we've also put in a fitness center. And the fitness center has cardio machines as well as static weights. And then, of course, not to be missed is our FEMA-approved storm shelter, which wasn't even up for discussion. When we knew we were going to expand the facility, it was just a given between Sam and I that we would put in a storm shelter. Oh gosh, so if you come down to a spa day, you might have a massage. You might have what we call the Abhyanga massage, which is a classic traditional Ayurvedic treatment. It's a massage that's done with 2 people working on you simultaneously, so it's actually a 4-handed massage. So after your Abhyanga massage, when you're just about wiped out and falling into La La Land, we'll follow that with a Shirodhara. And this is another classic Ayurvedic treatment. So after your Shirodhara, now you're really about to fall into La La Land. You would have what we call a steam therapy. Therapists will lower a private steam canopy over you, leaving only free your head and your neck. And we have filled the steam canopy with herbs that have been steamed, and you'll just get a steam treatment from the neck down. And once the oil from the Abhyanga massage and the oil from the Shirodhara, while they're on the skin and you steam the skin, then the pores open up and take the oil in. So that's why we customize oil for you, because it'll be medicated to an extent. I'm so delighted at the way Oklahoma has embraced me as an outsider and has embraced our concept. I mean, people love it. It just makes me feel really loved by the state, and I definitely feel like I'm an Okie.
Oh man, when Lisa was talking about that massage with 4 hands, I was getting goosebumps. I'd love to meet that person too with 4 arms.
It's 2 therapists that... Never mind. To learn how you can plan a relaxing time that you'll always cherish, visit thecanebrake.com.
You know, while we were in Wagoner visiting the Canebrake, we decided to stop in at the Wagoner Historical Museum.
We'll learn all about this small railroad town next when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
It's summer blockbuster season at Video Revolution.
And everything is way bigger at Video Rev. The TVs are huge and the savings are massive.
Come in now and see the world's largest 4K curved TV with its 88-inch screen.
Save big with 4K TVs, now more than $1,000 less than ever before.
Or save mega dollars on a 65-inch Toshiba 1080p LED HD TV.
Bring the biggest stars into your home this summer
with Video Rev's summer blockbuster of savings.
Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis. What Stevie's trying to say is that Video Revolution is celebrating the 4th of July with explosive savings.
Save over $1,000 on new 4K TVs.
Stop in and experience Video Rev's new Atmos theater room.
4K projector and Atmos sound just like you get at the big movie theaters.
But now you can have it in your home.
Plus, huge savings on everything in the store throughout July.
Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hi, I'm Amy Bates from Merry Maids, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Hello Hello, it's good to still see you with us for more Explore Tulsa.
You know, Trish, I enjoy learning all about the history of the places that we go visit.
Oh, what did you learn about Wagoner when you were visiting the Canebrake?
I learned that the town of Wagoner was named after a guy whose nickname was Bigfoot.
Aw, there's a little more to that story, and Wagoner historian Jerry Hickman shares it with us.
There was a man, a Katy Railroad dispatcher in Parsons, Kansas, by the name of Henry Bigfoot Wagoner, who never lived here, but he decided that they needed a little station between a little way station at about 4 miles north of town called Lilietta and the other station down in Gibson Station, which is to the south of here. And so they put a station here about just a half a mile south of the present day city, and when it was ready they dispatched and said Wagoner's switch is ready, and it eventually dropped the switch and just became Wagoner. This was originally a fashions museum, and when they dissolved that, the city inherited, and so they combined the fashion part with the city museum itself. Some of the old pictures of the town, and just some of the memorabilia that's here and that people have loaned, such as myself, and just a lot of history. Paper items, plays, my collection of bottle caps from the old bottling plant that I found here back in the 90s. And it started out as the Wagoner Bottling Works in Indian Territory, and then later became the Purity Ice and Bottling Company, and the building is still standing back behind us. That was originally a taxi here back, I'm not real sure about the date, but it was originally a taxi. Eventually it went to the Merle home over at Tahlequah, where John Ross lived, and it sat outside for years. But when they were doing some remodeling, they decided it didn't fit their decor, so they wanted to bring it back to the city. And at the time, I was president of the Historical Society, and I signed for it to come back to Wagoner. The lady behind the guitar guy that's sitting with the black dress, that represents Dr. Isabel Cobb, who was the first female doctor in Indian Territory. And she lived just to the southeast of town, just 2 or 3 miles. And she practiced out of her home. She was known as Dr. Bell. And there's still some Cobbs living here today. She got her degree in 1892 from Philadelphia Medical College. And I have a letter that was sent to her by Dr. Berry, who was one of the first doctors here in Wagoner. And she received it just a few days before she graduated, got her degree in medicine in 1892. And it's on SS Cobb drugstore stationery. Just some of them are just amazed at how old some of this stuff is, and of course they don't realize a lot of stuff, and like the bottle caps, some of them probably don't even know what bottle caps are. Well, every town should know its history, and this is just a small way that the city has given back to us, to incorporate our history, which, we need to know our past. Without our past, what's the future going to be?
It's really wonderful to meet people like Jerry who cherish their community so much that they keep the history alive for future generations.
You'll find the Wagoner City Historical Museum on South Main Street in Wagoner.
We should start an Explore Tulsa museum.
That's actually not a bad idea. What would be the first memorabilia you think we should put in our museum?
Screen grabs of the different hairstyles you've had over the last 4 years. That has to be some kind of record or something.
Stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99 or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Hi, I'm Joe Cronister with Video Revolution. Did you know that there's a way to get rid of your cable bill? It's actually doing it with an antenna. Get free, local, high definition.
Antennas can bring you true uncompressed HD programming with channels including NBC, PBS, Fox, CBS, the CW, ABC, and many more. Knowing which antenna is right for you all depends on which zone you live in, because you don't have to have cable to enjoy having more choices. The WineGuard HD 1080 is the perfect way to get local HD VHF and UHF channels from a compact antenna within Zone 1. And you can get HD reception from towers as far as 30 miles away. Need a little more range than 30 miles? Here's the WineGuard HD 7698P with HD reception up to 70 miles. That makes this antenna great for any zone. If you want something that's powerful and discreet, then you'll go with the WineGuard FL6550A. This sleek, compact antenna has a built-in amplifier for added reception, creating an almost impossible chance of dropouts or pixelation. With reception up to 60 miles from any other tower in the area, you can't go wrong with this antenna.
Don't pay monthly bills any longer. Come down to Video Revolution and let me show you how.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet Kristen Davis and learn all about the work she does at Painted Illusions.
Special thanks to Sam and Lisa Bracken for sharing their story and showing us around the Canebrake Resort and Spa.
Thanks too to Ryan McAdams for giving us a new place to play at the Tulsa Toy Depot.
And to Jerry Hickman and all those involved in bringing us the Wagoner City Historical Museum.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of the two-pair deal starting at just $99 with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.